We want to welcome everybody to the 2024 Product Incentive Trip Q&A. We'll start with introductions. My name is Courtney Christensen, and I am the lead on the Product Incentive Trip. I'm also a membership manager over Southeast Idaho. Kim.
I am Kim Ross, Cookie Boss, and I run the cookie program for Girl Scouts of Silver Sage, and we'll be talking a little bit about entrepreneurship today. Dawn?
Hi, I am the executive assistant here at council, and what that means is I am Jason, our CEO's assistant, but I also am the board liaison where I interact with our 15 board members, and I'm super excited to be on this call today.
Susan.
Hi guys, my name is Susan. I'm your customer care specialist. So when you call or email, I'm the one that is your first point of contact. And I'm super excited to be here and help Courtney get through this meeting.
And we have Zoe up there, and she has been one of the chaperones for the last couple trips, but she was unable to make it tonight. These are the faces that if your girl registers for the trip, these are the faces you're going to see a lot in the next few months. We will start with the trip overview. So this year's trip is to Disneyland and Universal Studios Hollywood, and it goes from June 22nd through 26th. It is a 5-day, 4-night trip, including 3 different parks. Starting Saturday, June 22nd, we'll fly out of Boise. Then we'll start at Universal Studios Hollywood, staying the night in a hotel near there the first night, and then we will leave and go to a new hotel next to Disneyland and California Adventure, visiting those 2 parks, and then we fly back to Boise on June 26th. So this year we are super excited that we get to offer 2 different trip options. The first one is for individual girls. These girls will travel with other girls within the council. They'll make new friends, learn a lot of life skills. We really push on the girls being responsible for themselves, holding their own money cards, tickets. We really want them to learn and grow through this trip. And then we also have the option to go as a troop. You do have to have a minimum of 3 girls from your troop participating. All 3 girls must qualify hitting the minimums, which we'll get to in a little bit. And your troop must supply your minimum number of chaperones to cover ratios. And if you're interested in the troop option, we will meet after this Q&A and go over more information. Dawn.
I couldn't tell if that was me or... I need to mute somebody. Oh, I'm the only one that's unmuted. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that wasn't me. Okay, Courtney, will you go to the next slide? I'm going to talk to everyone about what is included in this wonderful trip. Shout out to Courtney for always being so organized, and she's really good at coordinating this trip, you guys. So I don't want you to worry. She's got all the bases covered as far as what is going to happen and what needs taken care of. So it's not her first time doing this trip. Anyway, so what is included? You will get countdown to Disney meetings, which Courtney will send out invites to. You'll get round trip airfare from Boise, a hotel for 4 nights. All meals throughout the trip are included, which is awesome. Transportation throughout California, park tickets for 3 days, and lots of fun. I didn't see that bullet there, but that's what's included, is lots of fun. What is not included is spending money. You'll not have to spend any of your own money, I think, unless you want to buy souvenirs, right? Transportation to and from Boise. So you need to figure out how you're going to get to the airport pretty much and home again. And then these are just the dates for those countdown to Disney's that Courtney will help coordinate and send out to everyone. So April 17th, which are we still in February? Yeah, okay. So we got a couple months on that one. And then we got some dates in May, because you can tell we're ramping up. So we're going to need to meet. It looks like we're going to be meeting in person just to go over any last minute detail kind of things. And then May 29th. And then we're meeting on June 12th and June 19th. So that's right before our trip. Assuming that's just to make sure we're all on the same page and everyone's feeling good and comfortable and ready to go. And I think that was my part.
I'm unmuting you now. And so the countdowns really just help girls prepare for the trip, what to pack, how hotel rooms work, what's expected of them, how to budget their food money. And then our in-person countdown, we do fun activities. And this year, since we're adding on Universal Studios Hollywood, we are going to change it up a little bit, but they're super fun. The girls get to know each other. The girls and parents get to know the chaperones. And these countdown to Disney's are really good so that everybody gets to know each other. Nobody is a stranger when you leave for this trip. So who can go? Girls in 5th through 11th grade this Girl Scout year. Girls must sell 750 packages of cookies in the 2024 season. And girls who want to have an amazing experience. And I love this picture. This was some of our girls that went last year, and they were so excited. And one of our chaperones, so excited to meet the princesses. Payment information. So the trip cost is $2,000, and it includes everything we talked about before. There is a deposit upon registration of $50, and I think starting the 1st of March, that is non-refundable, but it can be transferred up to the beginning of March. It can be transferred to another program within our council. And then after that, it's non-refundable. Then the first half of the payments is due on March 25th, which is $1,000. And then the balance is April 8th. If you plan on using program credits or your adventure credits, you will not have received them by then, but you just need to let us know. And Kim is amazing. She makes sure all of that gets credited and you don't have to worry about it on your end. You can also use any unexpired program credits from past years. I don't know if any cookie dough is still Nope, it's all gone. So any program credits from past years that has not expired, you can also put towards this trip.
All right, so I'll take it from here for a few slides. I am going to cover how to get to Disney, and we're not talking about by foot or by plane or any of that stuff. We're talking about how much program credits and or bonus council adventure credits you will need to get there. Also, how to put together a goal of 750 packages at the bare minimum. And we'll also look at some ways, easy ways to get there. The reason why I'm presenting this portion is because I was a top cookie seller when I was a girl, and I would love to share some of these tips with you. We've got photos and all kinds of fun stuff. So, Courtney, would you take us to the spreadsheet page, please?
Okay, which one is that? Is it this one?
I can't see where you are. Yeah, no, one behind. Sorry. I have two
behind.
spreadsheets, apparently. The one with the 3 cubes on the bottom.
Yep. I think it's just taking a little bit to catch up to me.
Okay.
Is that it?
So, again, I can't see what is happening, what's being shared. But it's here are some examples of how sales of 750 packages can be achieved.
Yes.
Okay, so we put together some just samples, so we don't expect anybody's plan to be exactly this, but we do think this breaks it down and makes it a lot easier for someone who maybe this is just your first or second year in Girl Scouts, and you look at 750 and you think, holy cow, how can I possibly do that? Well, here are some ways you can do that. Option 1 looks at getting some cookies sold during the initial order. That means you're walking around door to door with your order card. Then 3 booth spots, some digital cookie sales. So that means emailing friends and family with your digital cookie link and having them purchase online. Then maybe your parent or uncle or someone takes your order form to work with them. We love it when girls do as much as they can as far as participation. So we would ask that the girl either come and deliver the cookies. Maybe she comes and does the pitch and asks for the sale. She could also make a sign to put in the break room, for example. So as long as she's participating, that is okay. And then maybe you have some acquaintances at church and they buy 50 packages and boom, you're at 750. Option 2 includes things like staff at your school or asking businesses to purchase cases of cookies from you, and then they can either donate them somewhere, or they could, maybe it's let's say a Subaru dealership, and they give away 6 boxes of cookies for every test drive one day. There's all kinds of ways you can ask businesses to partner with you, and I have never had a business say no. The minute I say, oh yeah, we're with Girl Scouts. Oh, what can we do for you? What do you need? They're very accommodating. So just ask. Don't be afraid to ask. And then the other item we pulled out for option 2 is clubs or civic organizations. So parents, if you are in Rotary or Soar Optimist or the Junior League or the Business of Idaho, any of those kind of organizations would be great places to ask for cookie purchases as well. Option 3, I have a fun tidbit for you, and that is this option calls out mom and me booths. And we have altered mom and me booths to be a little bit more inclusive. So you can check our FAQ page, which I can share a link to in the chat, but we've expanded mom and me to be kind of like mom and we. So if you have a sister who's also in Girl Scouts and participating in the cookie program, a sister or two, the one mom can bring them to the booth together. So that should give some people some more opportunities. Then 2 other options we brought out here. One is a sports game. So if you participate in soccer or lacrosse and you want to bring cookies to that, maybe in your van. I was almost going to date myself and say station wagon. That's how my parents took us, with station wagon. But they're out there. They're running around, they're hungry. So that's a great place to get sales in the parking lot. And then a lemonade stand, that's where it is a booth. It's a type of booth, but you do that basically at home. And so you just set up a table maybe in your yard or at your apartment complex if your manager would allow that, and sell cookies there. You're just stationary, with supervision, of course, but it allows you to do that at your home. So those are 3 different ways you could get a combination of 750 packages. There are unlimited ways that those combinations can work out. So just think about what is most comfortable for you. If your parents work from home and maybe they don't have a workplace, maybe you do more at a sports game, or maybe you do more going door to door. It's really flexible and based on what you and your family are able to accomplish. Then in the darker boxes on the bottom, we look at how much money in program credits and in bonus council adventure credits you are able to put toward the trip this year. Also, as Courtney mentioned, you can use program credits from 2023 cookie sale and 2022 cookie sale. So if you have some program credits saved up, you might not have to pay any money. Except for the $50 deposit, which could also be paid with program credits, to get you to Disney at no cost. So if you were to sell 1,000 packages, remember 750 is the minimum, but if you get to 1,000, you will automatically earn $350 worth of program credits. And then you could choose $100 worth of bonus council adventure credits when you get to that 1,000 package level. That would give you $450 toward the trip. At 2,000 packages, you would be able to have up to $1,170 towards the trip. Again, that would require choosing the bonus council adventure credits at each level above, at 1,000 and above. And then if you were to sell 3,000 packages, that's where our program credits max out right now. And so that would allow you $1,870 toward the trip, again, if you chose the bonus council adventure credits at every level at 1,000 and above. So again, the bonus council adventure credits are optional. The program credits you will earn anyway. Those are in addition to the prizes and the stuffies and the patches and the goodies. All right, next slide, please. So this next slide is my favorite. I sat down with my dad, we call him Volunteer Bob, and I talked to him about what I did as a girl. And they included things like cookie booths. Obviously, that's the big one. We used to stand in front of a department store called Jordan Marsh, which I think was eventually bought by other companies and now is part of Macy's. We also added some things that are newer, like digital cookie. We did not have emails in the 1900s when I was selling cookies. But again, we've got options to do businesses. These are all contacts that you can make. And we talked about many of them, like your family's workplace, house of worship, the staff at the school, repeat customers. Those folks really have it. You know that they like cookies because they've bought them before. So they're a really easy sale. And don't forget, repeat customers could be from last year or the year before, but they also could be from the first week of sales. Once they have their cookies, you know they're going to eat them in a couple of days. So don't be shy to go back around your immediate neighborhood towards the end of the sale, because they have eaten them and they do need more. Then we also talked about the mom and me booths, the lemonade stands. Those are all different ways to make contacts with individuals. And then on the right side, my dad and I put together ways to maximize the opportunity. So when you are in front of a customer, these are, excuse me, things that you can do to make their purchase larger. One of those things is overcoming objections. And that means they'll have a purchase larger than 0, because their first thing is, oh gosh, I'm diabetic and I can't eat cookies. Oh, well, did you know you could donate to the Idaho Food Bank, or you could purchase them as a gift? Then upselling, we have a 5 for 5 drawing. So if they're purchasing, for example, 4 packages, you could say something like, well, did you know if you buy just 1 more package, you'll be able to be in a drawing for 5 cases of cookies and a big screen TV. You can also talk to them about some of our newer varieties that are newer to our council. So, oh, have you tried the Toast Yay? It tastes just like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's amazing. Another trick that I didn't post here is that whenever someone asks, oh, what should I try? Or what's a good flavor to try? Pick the one you have the most inventory of. You know, if you're running low on Thin Mints, please don't say Thin Mint, because they typically will buy, I would say 80% of the time, they'll buy what you recommend. So make sure that you know what variety you have more of than any other. You can also bring extras to deliveries. So when you're delivering cookies, make sure I was going to say station wagon again, but make sure your vehicle is stocked with other cookies, because they'll think, oh gosh, well, since I placed this order, you know, I didn't know we were going to have company in town, and now I need 5 more packages. Well, they're right there in the car. So that's a really easy upsell. And then we encourage you to advertise. I wanted to share that we've invested a lot of time and a little bit of money, but mostly time, in getting advertising out in the communities. So you may already see billboards out when you're driving. We've got billboards in just about all of our main areas. We've got Idaho Falls, Pocatello, Twin Falls, Kuna, Boise, Nampa, Caldwell. So we've done a lot and that's all donated space from the billboard company. We have been on TV, we'll be on the radio, we'll be in newspapers. There's all kinds of support for the cookie program. So we expect that customers will be out looking for your cookie booths. But you also could advertise by blinging your booth, and we'll look at some examples there. And make sure you ask every single person, even if they look like they're not wearing their Sunday best. I know I don't dress up to go to Walmart, but it's important to ask every person, because they get to make the decisions about how they spend their money and what they'd like to eat. And who knows, they may have been a Girl Scout themselves and can't wait to buy a case or two from you. And then also make sure everybody knows you're a Girl Scout. Make sure you're wearing your uniform, your shirt, your button. Even if you're not at a booth, people could walk up and ask about cookies. So that's something important as well. Next slide, please. So I wanted to show off a couple of examples. We had a terrific, we're actually running it right now, but these are some of the entries from the first week of the cookie booth contest, booth of the week. And so here we have some examples. You'll see on the left, the Girl Scout has the boxes, like the cartons, folded neatly and then also colored in the color code of that cookie package. So the lemonades are yellow, the Toast Yays are lime. They look really cute. And then of course I had to pull out the Cookie Monster, the hand-drawn Cookie Monster. It's adorable. Anybody who walks by will be charmed by anything a girl hand makes. Even an older girl, they really love things that are handmade. And I have a great example on the next slide, please. This might be my favorite slide. And that is a girl who, she's definitely an older Girl Scout, and she has a sign that says, "Cookies help us travel." And the sign she's holding says, help send me to Paris and London. I mean, what a cool thing. And I love her beret. That's so funny. But there are several things that she does here in this picture. And so I wanted to share. Tell your story. People may ask what you're earning toward, but again, having a sign out there and telling people, hey, we are going to go to Disneyland and Universal Studios, people eat that up. And if you are an older Girl Scout, if you're in 11th grade, for example, you could have your last cookie booth be like a going out of business sale, since that's the last you need to get where your goal is. We also talked about asking everybody who walks by, don't hide behind the table, stand in front of it, smile, make eye contact, and speak loud enough for people to hear. I purposefully go out to cookie booths to support girls and buy cookies, and I can't tell you how many times I walk right past the first time and they don't ask me. So please do ask everybody on their way out of the store. Then to send your sales over the edge and encourage even more purchases, we would like to recommend having a thermometer, not a real thermometer, nothing with mercury in it, but a picture a drawn picture of a thermometer with lines on your way up to your goal. People love to be part of helping girls, and when they have that visual, they love that. And similarly, we've seen some booth bingos where maybe the troop leader or the girls would make a bingo, so 5 columns and 5 or 6 rows, and have things in there like buy one of 3 different varieties, try a new flavor, buy a case of something, and have different challenges in the different bingo slots, and ask customers, encourage customers, oh, do you see a bingo spot that you might like to cover today? And then you can, scratch it out with them in a Sharpie. So there's lots of fun things to do at booths, and many of them do spark additional sales. If you have any questions about selling stuff, I'm happy to help with that anytime. All right, back to you, Courtney. Oh, actually, no, it's up to Susan. Sorry.
Well, thank you very much, Kim. I appreciate that.
Mhm.
I am going to talk about chaperones, and let me tell you that this trip would not happen for the girls if we didn't have chaperones. It's very important to our council to promote the safety of our girls. That is our #1 priority. And so if you are interested in being a chaperone, we would love to have you join us on this trip. You must be 18 years of old as of the date of the trip. So we have had girls come that have just graduated from high school, and they do an amazing job. It's great to see. And by being a chaperone, you will help lead a group of 6 to 8 girls. You must fill out an application and be accepted. And yes, there are interviews. We have our committee, and we will be asking some questions and getting all the right answers, I would hope. And the number of chaperones will be based on the number of girls who are going on the trip. So if you are interested, please fill out the application, because you never know. We might have 100 girls who want to go, and we're going to need a ton of chaperones. If you do have a girl that's going on the trip, you will not be in the same group as that girl. We want the girls to learn their independence. Yes, you will be able to see each other and say goodnight to each other. You just won't be going around the parks in the same grouping. We will be starting the interview process on March 18th, and we will let you know by March 27th if you have been accepted as a chaperone. There is a fee involved, and that payment is due by April 1st. Next slide, please, Ms. Courtney.
Okay. We're going to open it up to any questions. If you have any questions after this, like Susan said, she is customer care, and she will probably be the other one, or the one on the other end of the phone if you call, and she does have most of the answers. So if you don't have questions tonight and they pop up, please give us a call or email.
Courtney, I don't see any in the chat yet, but also if you're visiting and watching and need some more information, you're welcome to unmute yourself and ask the questions now.
I am going to stop the recording for this part. Don't leave us, but I'm just going to stop it for this first section.